Are we in a pit of danger? Is the danger a blood disease?
Guys, what the happened to Dave Bautista? Look at that head, the transformation. He's on the same drug Nikocado Avocado is on. So Ozempic's running wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty insane that the libs got to Dave, and what have they done to our boy? He was the jacked animal shaking the ropes like they owed him money, and now he's out here looking like a 78-year-old fashion designer from Bosnia.
Yeah, he went from the animal on the left to Howie Mandel on the right.
Yeah.
To me, he kind of looks like that same. He looks totally, like you said, libbed out, Hollywood out.
Yeah, he looks like a zesty witch doctor.
He's got the pearl necklace. Looks like a new skin in Apex for the.
I will say though, the beard is on point. He has the fucking shad beard.
I want to scroll down to the body. That's a nice suit, Gucci all over.
Look at how
print.
slender he is. Fat wiener on him too.
There's the wiener. Yeah, that was reduced also.
If you lose so much weight, like eventually your dick will be big because of the comparison.
This has to just be. I mean, this makes sense though because as you transition to acting, you can't be like
the animal.
Yeah, you're a little distractingly big.
Yeah.
But wow, holy shit! He looks like he's gonna sell you a private jet. He looks like a Rolex salesman in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. What race is Batista? I thought he was like Mexican or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know. He's got those tribal tattoos, so I always assumed he was from one of those islands.
No, he got poser fucking tribal. He's not a real tribal man. He's from like Washington, D.C. I remember hearing him say that he used to steal cars. Like, damn, that's pretty hardcore.
He is from Washington, D.C. You're right.
Yeah.
Wow, but I don't know. Okay, so what is his ethnicity?
Welcome to the Making Sure We Know People's Ethnicity podcast.
Greek and Filipino.
Oh, and it's Greek and Filipino. That's a rare mix.
Well,
awesome.
I could see the Filipino coming out now. He kind of looks like Johnny Dang more and more every day.
He's Vietnamese.
They're close.
Yeah.
They're close together.
Yeah.
That's kind of how races like work is like, that's like sometimes you can lump certain like Asians together. I think Vietnamese and Filipino, they're different, but they both have that same like look to them, right? Like, I don't know.
They're closer than some of the other ones are to either one. So I'll give you that. You were saying close together, and it's gonna be hard to pull it up, but if we could search for the cast of that movie I watched last night, Maximum Overdrive. There's a woman in this movie. She's a hilarious actress, honestly, but her eyes are legitimately 1 centimeter apart.
This
That's
one,
her.
yeah, you could tell which. Holy shit! This is Yeardley Smith. Yeardley Smith. Jesus! Oh my god.
She looks poorly drawn. Like if you drew that in art class, they'd be like, redo that shit. You didn't do that right.
Yeah, that is fundamentally.
Search for Maximum Carnage, or Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, that's what she looked like in that.
Holy shit!
They're almost touching. She's honestly like 1 degree of separation away from just being a full Cyclops.
Yeah, those eyes are. I think you have some vision issues too when you have eyes that close together.
You have to get rear view mirrors installed on your head.
You start getting double vision.
I feel my eyes.
Wow, that's.
With that,
I'd maybe put some.
vision.
I'd draw on the eyebrows a little wider to maybe wear those corrective contacts that make your pupils bigger, just to give you something.
Yeah.
But
nearly touching. Very impressive.
Yeah.
To still have a regular IQ and look like that.
And it's crazy how as humans we're like, we notice those differences, but
she looks like an adult baby.
Yeah, she does.
A grown-up baby.
But people used to dress a little differently back then. What was Maximum Overdrive released? Like I told you, there was the only scene I remember, and I don't know if I even watched it, but I remember the scene where the kid gets himself run over by a one of those steamrollers, and it's very graphic. They use practical effects, I think, in the whole movie.
The movie is just an endless scene of explosions and shit. It's almost like he made the movie. I don't know what the budget was, but it seems like it was dumbass high. Although my main criticism of the film for being like the whole movie's just crazy explosions and like, whoa, look at that shit. But the lamest shit ever is they shoot 18 wheelers with a bazooka, which a guy inexplicably has. Whatever, that's cool. Fires it, but the 18 wheelers always aren't moving. It's like, oh no, he's coming right at us. He stops, then gets hit with an RPG and doesn't move. Like there's no momentum. You don't get that cool scene of poosh, and then it like slides across the ground.
Must have been an insurance thing. It'd be like, yeah, no moving explosions.
Yeah.
Didn't Michael Bay in one of the Batmans, he like literally crashed a semi truck in the middle of like Times Square, or maybe it was Transformers.
Yeah.
Like they did it kind of like for real, and yeah, I think that you can pull it off. It just must cost a lot more money. But Maximum Overdrive is more like a. It's like all the robots and machines are working against you, so it's not just cars, right? It's like the microwaves are fucking with
There's
you.
a funny scene like a turkey saw, like a turkey slicer goes haywire and goes into this girl's arm. Yeah, good movie. Would recommend. Entertaining, dumbass movie to watch.
I love movies like that where all the actors have to do is just scream. Like
They had some characters. They were all like ridiculous, over the top. The main like villain, I guess, is this guy that is the owner of the establishment that is like a diner and gas station, and all his employees are parolees, and he's like, now on your ass, boy, and you're gonna clock in for 8 hours and you're gonna work for 9. And they're like, fuck you, man, whatever, and that shit. But yeah, good movie, would recommend.
That's an in-depth character, you know.
Yeah.
I was watching.
Southern guy that would have been a slave owner 200 years ago, modernized slave owner guy.
And we were talking about a Bronx Tale too, but I don't know if we should talk about that.
Movie podcast? We could do some movie podcast.
A little movie review. Bronx Tale. Pretty good. Robert De Niro ruins it, probably.
Oh, yeah. Can I talk about my theory with that or whatever? The thing I noticed? I forgot. Oh, I did want to mention this. So right here, spoiler alert for Bronx Tale. Go watch it. Come back. We're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. In that movie, at the end, in the funeral scene, the old pal comes back and he's like, "Do you remember me, kid?" And it's Joe Pesci.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Hold on, you're the guy that got hit with the bat." He's like, "Yeah, see the scar?" And he's got like this scar on his head. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't see anyone get hit with a bat. Like, why is this? This is clearly supposed to be a part of the movie that's like, oh my God, it's the guy from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't remember him getting hit with a bat. I rewound the movie, watched it again. Nobody gets hit with a bat. He gets out and hits the window of the car with the bat and then gets popped.
Yeah.
Like, there was never a... Yeah, so the
and
idea
then
that
20 years
remember,
later, he's got a bright red cut on his side of his face. And the car door in the beginning of the movie, when he got hit with the bat, was shut. And a little glass broke. I'm saying maybe this was before safety glass. Maybe a shard of glass like cut him.
Cope. That's cope. He said he got hit. You're the guy that took the bat upside the head. Like, you said something. Like
yeah. And it's almost not a spoiler because you are lying if you catch that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. You rewatch the movie, doesn't get hit with the bat. It doesn't look like Joe Pesci, or maybe it did.
No, it does. He's not even on screen. You don't even see him. There's tint.
Yeah.
You hear his voice for like 1 second.
Maybe it's like, I heard some quote probably that it doesn't even make sense of what you're saying, but that what was his name? Sonny was like an underboss for this guy. So it wasn't just like some two guys, him protecting his local neighbor. It was like that guy was also in the mafia, and it was like some real shit that the guy didn't just die for no reason. Like, he was really trying to attack like a boss, which was like a death move, which was someone's. Yeah, I love when a 14-year-old white kid will be like, in the mafia, that is a death move when you attack a capo. It becomes fucking.
Yeah.
People are obsessed with it. I love hearing like a European guy like, top 10 John Gotti moments, and it's like John Gotti he's like an expert in fucking.
I mean, Trapalore Ross doing like
that too.
American Black Hood gang member videos, and he's like, and then he did it for O Block. Like, yeah,
I know, that's fucking like awesome. Actually, like that's if he was doing that to be funny, like not that it's funny, but it's just like so. It's like almost they brag about it online, but like you're probably gonna get these people in trouble more so than anything to bring attention. to gang activity.
100%. Yeah. Like, at least I'll say this. Like, people will say, like, it doesn't make a difference if they have the evidence, they do or they don't. They'll prioritize a case that's getting publicity 100%. Like, they care about the, like, outlook in the media and, like, how shit looks.
Yeah, definitely. But apparently some, like, where the street takeovers and shit are happening, I guess that really is a product of, like, some places where they were doing the defund the police movement actually defunded the police. And, like, the police are pissed in these states and they just don't do anything about crime.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening, because it's like I've never seen or heard of a street takeover in Florida.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Maybe it's happened.
I was walking on one time. When was this? Probably 6th or 7th grade. There's a story of this kid that we were kind of friends with. He was like a chubby kid, and he was walking across this very busy road, and he slipped and fell like super hard in the middle of the road, and he was hurt and couldn't get up because he was too injured, and the people were like trying to go and honking at him, and they had to like fucking pull him out of the road, and he wasn't even hurt bad. He was just like, sometimes unathletic fat kids, they fall and it's just devastating. Like they're out for 45 minutes and then they're fine an hour later.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's where that saying comes from.
It's true.
But that's dangerous falling on the road, because you might just get mistaken for like some roadkill.
Yeah.
Or
I also know a person whose dad, like, I was playing Xbox with this dude, and I hear his dad come up and he's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh my god, it's crazy." I was like, "Hold on, I gotta go." And then he comes back, he's like, "Dude, my dad ran a guy over."
Yeah, I remember this. I don't think I was there live, but
and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, the guy was laying in the middle of the road at night, and his dad just didn't even see it and drove over him. And like he waited for the cops, he did the right thing and stuff. And I guess the guy might have it's possible that the guy was already hit by a different car."
Yeah. He waited for the cops. I forgot that. Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Is this the same guy that make cheeseburgers?" He would make some good ass cheeseburgers.
Can we tell that story?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The sandwich.
There's a couple stories. I don't know if we want to tell. It's a quick one where we were talking to our friend, and it was just, this won't even be funny because I don't want to shit on him, but he was just like, "Man, I fucking love my dad. I'm so lucky." And it was like because his dad made a hot dog. But
I think we're such assholes.
I know they're gonna think we're.
So full context, shit was not going well for this family at the time.
Yeah,
shit was not sweet over there. We'll just say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have fucked up that story, but one time we had these bag of mushrooms too, and he was like using his friend's computer to play Warzone with us. He's like, "Fuck! I dropped my mushrooms in his computer." And he wasn't joking.
Yeah, we had a webcam on him. He literally dropped fucking psychedelic mushrooms into a man's computer.
Yeah, the case, because I guess he had no side panel on the case.
Yeah, so like the GPU fan is spinning around mushrooms.
He's got mushrooms all in the motherboard and shit.
Yeah.
God, what a character.
One of a kind, dude. Amazing.
Truly, yeah. But
yeah.
A little retrospective.
One more I gotta do is the story of the cake. His mom worked at a restaurant and brought home a cake. And it was like a whole nice ass cake. And he was so hyped to get this. Once again, there was a mistake made. He goes out to the kitchen. It's nighttime. He believes his parents are asleep. We're doing some sneaky boy late night gaming. And he creeps out because he wants a slice of this cake. And he goes to the fridge. He's like, "I'll be right back." And then I'm like waiting a minute, and then he like, "You hear? All right, let's play." And I'm like, "Okay, let's play." And we start playing, and we're like in the middle of the match, and then I hear the door swing open, and his mom goes, "Did you just drop a cake and then run away?"
He just dropped the cake and then left, said, fuck that.
In his kitchen, he opens the refrigerator, pulls out an entire cake, drops it on the floor, shuts the fridge, and runs away. And he didn't realize his mom was like in the other room and could see him. She watched her son open the refrigerator, take a cake out, drop it, and then run away.
And you could hear his footsteps pounding, like running back into the room. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like someone's just gonna wake, dude, what happened? The cake's always falling.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll never know who did it.
Yeah. It's funny when you're like young, you don't realize like stuff is permanent. Like I remember I
Yeah.
would like bite my fingernails and just throw them on the ground, and then one day I was like, "Holy fuck! There's so many fingernails here."
Yeah.
Like shit like that, and then you're like, "Oh my god!" That's how like you discover being tidy by like, "Oh wait, stuff is permanent. When you make a mess, it stays messy."
Yeah. Well, it's like working, if you ever work at a restaurant, the openers who never have to close will they lose the concept of cleaning up their own mess. It's like they'll say they do, but it's like not the same shit because there is stuff that they'll just never clean, and I'm guilty of it too. So I see guys who are openers, they'll like fuck up some order and they'll just get mad and they'll throw it on the floor and then kick it under the cooler. Be like, fuck that. Because they never got to clean that shit. Like, so they'll just do it. So it's like childlike behavior too.
Yeah.
Kicking the ice cube under the fridge, which is harmless.
Yeah. A while ago, I had never mentioned it, but I witnessed in a parking lot it was like a residential. I was at my friend's place and it was an apartment complex. And I witnessed a woman pull her car into a parking spot and hit the back corner of a different car and like damage the side panel.
Oh.
And I walk over and she's like panicking. She's like, "Oh my god, that's my boyfriend's car." I'm like, "Okay, like it looks all right. Let's chill." And she's like, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." And she's spazzing out like way. It wasn't that bad of an accident. She was like way overreacting. And then I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll just get you like repositioned." And then she's like starts hitting the gas and going forward, and that's not the way to go. She's like pushing more into the car, and I'm like, "Hold on, stop." And then she puts it in reverse and pulls out and parks. And then I walk away and I was like, "Okay, you all set?" And she's like, "Yeah." Her boyfriend came out and he wasn't even pissed. And then walking back to the car, I realized I was high as shit. I was grinning ear to ear the entire time. I was the most elated man ever, just witnessing something crazy. I didn't realize the whole time I was talking to her, I was literally like the biggest fucking smile on my face. And like that had to be such an asshole move. Just me over there like loving every second of it, and I didn't even think to hide it. I didn't realize I was doing it until I reflected. I was like, "Oh my god, was I just like the happiest man in the world to have witnessed that?"
Dude, I just saw someone miserable today.
Yeah,
I'm so fucking
made my fucking day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of car was it?
It was like one of those boxy cars.
Oh, not like a nice car or nothing.
No, yeah, nothing crazy.
But still, she was fucked up the car parking it. Like she hit the other car. What about the other car that she hit?
Nothing. No, it was his car. No, her car hit his car. So both of their, with one move, fucked up both people in a couple's car.
Damn. Yeah, now you gotta claim that on insurance. 2 hit and runs. Fucking.
Yeah, on yourself. Can you hit and run yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. You see those commercials where like the girl, she's like rushing home or like goes to work and she runs over her mailbox, and they'll be like, "We cover that." It's like, dude, I wonder if they cover that. Like, if they cover 100% your fault, like that's what it's for.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess it's an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. No fault accident insurance, guys. We love it.
It's a no fault state. They kind of have a point if someone hits your car and they'll be like, do a hit and run, and then they're like, "Hey, you just were hit and run." Be like, "It's a no fault state, buddy," and then you just keep speeding off. Or like I saw one lady was like, I'm an insurance worker, so I'm telling you, it doesn't even matter because there's no damage. Okay, so I assess the damage as 0, so it doesn't even matter.
What are those people called? The people that like fight the cops? The
sovereign citizens.
Yeah. Sovereign citizen, your car accident. It's awesome to try and do that. Like, what's funny is most of the cops don't even know the law well enough to dispute them properly.
Yeah,
It's like, "Fuck you, idiot. Come here." Like, they just don't even try. There's this picture of this guy, and the story is, man kicked off American Airlines flight for bleeding from his head after Turkish hair transplant. And you're thinking like, okay, like, can you control it if you're bleeding? And apparently the guy didn't wrap it up at all. And it's like a horror movie, like Pinhead. There's just blood leaking out of it. It's almost like biblical, like Jesus bleeding tears or whatever. It's just like, yeah, because it's like a million
Yeah.
pricks and all of them are bleeding. It's like
Every follicle.
Yeah,
is
he has like
bleeding.
micro twists, but it's blood.
He's like a fucking shower head, like that's leaking blood. Yeah, and he's probably getting it all over the seats.
People are like, I hate when kids sit behind me and kick the seat, but the kid sitting behind him is getting sprinkled with blood every time he kicks it. It's just
Oh
like,
my God. And then it's like the fucking they either wrap it up or wear a hat. It's like I understand getting kicked off the flight
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
crazy.
But that's disgusting. But those work, those hair transplants. So that guy, he feels like an asshole today, but he's gonna be feeling like $1 million
Yeah.
in like 2 months when that shit grows out.
Why wouldn't he just like wrap it up and put a fucking beanie on like you have right now? Like you would never tell. Like I can't see any of the part of your head where that guy's surgery was. Like there's so many easy things he could have done.
Maybe it hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
Probably does
he
hurt.
thought it looked cool.
What if it like that's funny. I always like to think about plastic surgery, like since it's an unnecessary surgery, what if you don't realize how bad it fucking hurts? And like each poke, you're like, ah! But he has to do it like 20,000 times, literally.
Yeah, they numb your head and shit, but it is it's a tough procedure to those few weeks afterwards. Yeah, you're looking like a weirdo. You got to turn into do-rag Vince McMahon when he wore the do-rag after he got his head shaven by Trump.
What's up, ma?
Yeah, Vince was crazy. He's super entertaining. I can't wait. If it's not out already, it might be, but the Vince documentary,
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch that. I just subscribed to Peacock for the WWE Network, and I'm learning that they are now switching the new home of the WWE is going to be Netflix. So that
Tragedy
is
strikes.
one huge downside of streaming services. Like you brought up a good point. We were talking about this, how streaming services, they just get rid of shit. Like nothing from 2013 Netflix is on there anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Even like shows you thought were like staples. There's
Mhm.
shows that were like made by Netflix that aren't on there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How does that work?
It's just this revolving door of shit. Like if I liked Netflix this like 10 years ago, but all that shit is different now. It's like
Futurama's not on there.
you think they
They had
build a
everything.
whole archive, but they just don't. They replace shit.
Which is so lame. Like they should be building a permanent library, not building like a fucking temporary like here's what we have to offer. Like I want to be able to count on you to have some shit.
Yeah, like the ads will be like, watch this on Peacock, and then it's like, but that is only they have a lease on the license, so
Yeah.
one day it's not gonna even be on there.
100%. Yeah. Every
But
time.
yeah.
RIP to everything that we lost.
yeah, so it's like that's why I'm always canceling and resubbing, and it's always like it'll be they totally scam you.
Remember Drugs Inc?
No.
It was that show that our friend had the profile picture of the guy in the ski mask.
Oh yeah.
It was I was like thinking back on that. I was like, I'm pretty sure that whole shit was just fake. The entire show was like a vaguely brown guy wearing a balaclava, and he was like, so this is where because they got the voice changer.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like,
So this is where we do the operation. We make the coke here, and then we ship it overseas. And this is my AK-47.
Yeah.
And then they do like a yeah.
It's very dangerous, and people die all the time.
It's just a guy named Carlos that works in an office.
And they always have to get serious towards like the interviewer will like prod too hard. They'll be like, where do you get the supplier from? Be like,
Can we stop? We gotta stop. I'm out of here.
fucking yeah, you're right. That's probably 100% fake. Crocodile in Russia. They they take a vacation in Russia and then shoot some guy.
Oh, the drug?
yeah.
Yeah.
The crocodile drug that just causes you to have like a Black Widow spider bite.
I know.
on wherever.
What the fuck? Like the least appealing drugs. Like some people are like, I don't see why anyone would even try meth. It's like, well, it seems fun for the first day you do it, but it's terrible for you, so never do it. But that's one where like the side effects are so immediate. Like
Yeah.
I'd be scared to do that. It's like, what happens if you do this? Oh, your entire flesh rots off and you have a giant hole in your body.
Fucking yeah. I mean, I think that I can't imagine. I saw like the videos whether it's like Portland or something of people injecting like heroin. I'm guessing like into their forehead, and it's like, why would you pick the certain injection spots?
They fucked up all the other veins.
I don't even think that
You can get a collapsed vein, which is disgusting. I don't like even talking about veins. It freaks me out.
Jeez.
The only vein I like is mud vein.
That's a scary addiction. That's why people say never to fuck with heroin, because like you couldn't imagine like just destroying your body like that, like any other way.
I had a bro shoot in front of me, and it's jarring. I was like,
Oh, a bro! I thought it was a bro shoot, like a bro.
No
shoot.
homo.
Yeah,
we weren't talking about that. This was not a jerk stash guy, so please stop commenting that. That was there's a nasty rumor out about me that I was at all guy circle jerk, and I just want to come out and clear the air. That is not true.
I was behind 4 gay guys talking about how they just shot up in the car, and I offered to share my heroin, and they were like, "What the fuck? We don't do heroin."
Yeah, it's fucking freaky. It's not chill. It's not chill.
Yeah, no, it's not chill.
Don't shoot anything in your veins, fellas. We
No-
don't condone.
No drugs are chill anymore.
Yeah.
They're all owned by Tencent and distributed.
Tencent and fentanyl. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how true it is, but like I turned on Dr. Phil on Joe Rogan, which is just hilarious. Like Dr.
Oh,
Phil's
yeah.
so fucking funny. Like unintentionally. Just the way he talks and like him talking like in the way he's like when he's talking about a serious issue and he just sounds so fucking goofy talking about it. But he's like talking about Chinese people are buying up all the farmland in America. And this is hilarious if I'm confusing this with a different episode of Dr. Phil doesn't care about. I think it was Dr. Phil. And he pulled up a map and it's crazy. Like we just let China buy like so like huge swaths of our like I don't think they would let us do that.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But we do have military presence, maybe not in their country.
I don't think we have anything inside of China.
Yeah, probably not. It is scary to me. Like might be common knowledge, and it is, but like the CCP is like the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah.
If you said it like if you always called it the Chinese Communist Party, it sounds so much more villainous.
Yeah. Or like fucking EDM. The Chinese dude. This weekend we got 2 tickets to the Chinese Communist Party.
What is EDM? Electronic dance music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a big fan of electronic dance music.
Yeah. That is one that's hard to say. Like there's no genre of EDM that you don't sound like a fucking gay guy saying. Like
And then I'm not a big fan.
I like drum and bass.
Like the live shows. I've never been to a live show, but I've known a lot of people who like swear by those
I
things.
think you have to do Molly.
Yeah, you either have to, and like I feel like some of them don't even do drugs, and they
The
like
vibe is the drugs.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, and I just don't want to get dirty, and like my face will break out if I sleep in a tent.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh my god. I just heard about somebody whose friend is like going to this festival and it's 3 or 4 days and they're camping and the only way to take a shit is in a porta potty.
Oh
I'm like,
my
I'd rather
God.
fucking die. That is not a vacation. That would be hell on earth. I would not survive that.
I couldn't shit in a porta. I've never done that. I've never shat in a porta potty.
Yeah. I've jacked off in one.
Ew.
Construction worker guys will unironically have a story about doing that and think it's just chill to do. Like marinating in fucking biohazard doo-doo fume mixed with a blue sludgy.
I've
Material.
heard like of people mention like seriously, I think saying that they've jerked off at work before,
What?
and I've never done that.
Yeah.
And I've never like even come close to doing that. Like honestly,
Where would you do it?
in the bathroom.
Oh, ew. Yeah, no. I don't even. I get weirded out by people that jerk off at their house in the bathroom. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, I know.
that's where doo-doos happen. What are you
some
doing in
people-
there rubbing your wiener?
If you live in a busy house, probably that's the like you share your room with somebody,
Yeah.
or like the door doesn't work,
Yeah.
can't jerk off. I mean, sometimes like you get too. I don't watch porn anymore, but my later years of it was exclusively on the phone in bed. and I just would never. I remember when I was younger, I would
Guys in thongs.
going on the computer is actually really gross because there's no fucking way you're doing that without getting some residue somewhere, whether it's like on your floor or your desk or something.
Or like laptop guys.
Like, yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah,
That's like permanent. Like if you get gunk in your laptop keyboard, that shit's game over.
a refurbished MacBook, you're done.
A fat book. Just fucking. It opens and there's like a web. Disgusting.
Oh my god. Yeah, and fucking that's a real thing is like not only that, but people who like used anything, they probably used it while taking a shit.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy anything used.
Laptop, phone.
Guitar. A guy played the guitar while he took a shit.
A used
A drum
phone
set.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Someone literally like had that in their like between their ass cheeks sleeping and woke up was like, oh, my phone's in my ass.
Yeah.
And then like fucking opened up Snapchat.
And smelled it and then went on the internet.
Yeah, it smelled like
Oh my god, this was in my ass. Okay, time to start my day.
Time to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. And I see like so I might have mentioned something like this before, but like I was getting all these algorithm clips of people selling their phones, meeting up at like a McDonald's to
Yeah,
sell
there's
their
like a
phone.
Mexican guy that buys them.
Mexican guys and stuff like, but it's like there's this whole
Mexican guys, this and that, yada yada. Mexicans, okay.
and
I think the guy was Mexican. Wasn't
there
he?
was there was like so much drama connected into these phone sales. Like people just don't want to spend and they want so much. It'd be like $400 for a used iPhone or something like that.
And that's like a good deal.
And that's like or maybe it was cheaper, but how unobtainable is it to, I mean, I get that they're expensive, but
Everybody pays a plan. Like,
yeah.
why do you need an unlocked one? I
Yeah.
assume you're doing some weird scam or shit if you need that. Like, I've never required an unlocked phone ever.
Well, yeah. Why are these teenagers who are too young to be like, they're not adults.
They're
like,
definitely those I got the methods boys that are like scammers and are like, that's such a crazy, like, the people that scam, that might be the like most like chance you're gonna get arrested thing to steal ever. Taking money from a bank.
yeah.
Like everything. You don't think a bank is gonna fucking care about that? Their entire business is just handling money. Like, and if you fuck with that, they're gonna get your ass.
Yeah. I feel like I always thought scammers was like stealing credit card, but then you are stealing from the bank, I guess, because
Yeah.
the insurance has to. But then maybe you're really not stealing from the bank because it's like it's insured. Like I don't know. It's like Wells Fargo Insurance Company. I'm sure it's not like State Farm Insurance. Like it's crazy. All these companies that aren't even public knowledge that have to operate. Like if you get a car and you get a finance, like the dealership, they can't operate at all without loaning money. I think other countries it's really not like this. How easily we can just loan money out and get credit and get shit we can't afford. Like credit cards are way different in Europe, I think. Maybe not some parts, but it's not like here where because with the iPhones
They tried it for a month and gypsies fucked it up.
yeah, they just immediately find loopholes. Everybody claims bankruptcy and shit. I don't know why it just works out fine over here. But yeah, I'm not actually too sure how that works, but I think that is true. Sometimes on Reddit, you'll hear people talk about, buying iPhones and shit, and it's from the perspective of having to pay $1,000 cash or 1,500 pounds cash or sterling, whatever money they're using.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad to be an American. When it comes to getting electronics, we have it made.
Yep. I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died.
We get it first. We get the technology first. We get it for the cheapest.
Absolutely.
And it's usually, even though it's all Chinese, it ships from America, usually.
An American guy will bring it to your house.
Yeah. So when you order it from Australia, you pay double the price. You got to wait a year after for it to even be available there. And it takes 2 months to ship, and it's baking in a sun with a camel chewing on it on its way in. Dude, I'd hate to live in Australia because, like, I hear they have so many problems. I saw a guy who's like, he gets like a laptop delivered and it's already got ants living in the screen.
What the fuck, man? They just gotta nuke that place. It's not worth it.